Hello there, guys. Today we have a little problem. Citroen doesn't start. There's nothing. It just clicks. So I think the starter is gone now because the battery is only 8 months old. So, and if the battery wasn't charging, when the engine runs, you will have the battery light there to show that you start charging. So the alternator is all right, the battery is all right. I think it's the starter. Look at the mileage, 168,438. So, and this being a taxi, you start, you switch off, you start. So one day I would have maybe start 20 times, 30 times, probably even more than that. So stop starting all the time. So the starter is gone. So I can understand that. Okay, so I'm going to get the starter from my other car behind that gate there. There's a car that I'm taking parts from. Then I will swap the starters. Okay, if you have a Citroen and you are using it just for family use and the mileage is up to here, I don't think your starter will have any issues at this point because you don't stop and start all the time. But if you drive taxi and you do deliveries and your mileage is around there, and you're changing the gearbox or doing something major in the car, just change the starter. There's no need of leaving it in there, because I just changed the clutch in this car and I removed the starter when I was changing the clutch. So I should have just, because it was a major job, I should have just removed that starter, sell it as a second hand and get a brand new starter in. And then I know I have a peace of mind that I will not have any issues with the starter. Okay, so that's how it is. Also, when I was changing the gearbox, the other thing that I didn't change was the crankshaft oil seal. I should have done that. But, it's a learning curve. I should have done that so that I have a peace of mind that doesn't go. If that goes now, that means I'll have to remove the gearbox again and then change the oil seal, put everything back again. So next time, if I'm going to do a major job like changing the gearbox, either on this car or any other car, crankshaft oil seal, that's number one. I'll be changing that. And also, if it's a taxi or doing deliveries, I will just change the starter. Then I will know I have a peace of mind, because when I changed the clutch, the car was about 150 something. Just check the video. I cannot remember the mileage on that. So I should have just done all the three together. You see, so let me just get the tools and everything. Now, because I've already removed the starter before, I know which tools I need. So it's a straightforward. If you don't know this, check that video when I was changing the clutch. But still, I'll mention which tools I'm using anyway. So that's how it is. Right, it is time to remove the starter. So first things first, we remove all this. If you don't know how to remove all this stuff, check my videos when I was removing the gearbox. Okay, just basic saying here, you remove this stuff. This just comes off like this, like that. Put them on one side. You don't need to remove this stuff here. The battery, that's positive, so you lift up, goes up, and then you remove the terminal there, like so. So the terminal is off. Okay, so 10 mil here. Yeah, 10 mil spanner. There we go. Here. Okay, it will be very hard to do with one hand. So okay, there you go. It's coming out. I just need a GoPro, to be honest, that it will film every single thing I'm doing. At the moment, I only do this. You see these little screws? It's best to put them back to where they were. We end up misplacing them. Right. Another thing is the tools, as you put them here, if they go in there, you're going to have a nightmare to take them out from there. The bumper has to come out, so care. Okay, so here we are. We'll remove this cable. Just pull this bit here down, and then the cable comes up. Then you unclip this one here. This comes out. Then this whole thing just clips here. Just pull it up like that. Pull it and then put it on one side. Or just there. It's okay. Then remove the battery cover. There we are. Then you remove this part here. It holds the battery. Then that terminal there. So the terminal is 10. That's 10 as well. Okay, you remove that and that. I cannot do this with one hand. All right, the battery tray and the cover is out. Now we have to remove this part. If you remember in the previous video, there was a bolt that you had to remove the wheel on the other side to remove. I didn't put it in, so we just remove 1, 2. This one is off, so we can just put it there. 1, 2, 3, and then this Allen key, and this will come out. So I'm just gonna do that. Right, there is the bracket. Taking it out from there. As I said before, here I didn't put the bolt back because it will require me taking off the wheel just for this bolt, so I'm never putting it back. Okay, so now the top bolt for the starter is somewhere in there. Now I know the size of the Allen key because when I was doing the gearbox, I put the size of the tools that I was using, so it's very easy. I'm gonna get the Allen key to start removing it. Right, this is the Allen key, SCM-V6. That's the one for removing the starter bolts. Okay, so I'm going to get the mirror. It's very hard to do it here because you're working blind, so you need a mirror. I don't know if this is visible from the mirror. If you look right there, that's the bolt that we are taking off with the Allen key. So I'm gonna put the extension and then remove it. Now again, it's impossible for me to do this with one hand, so I'll just have to go ahead and remove it. All right, as you can see, I have the tool here, and on the mirror there, let me just do this. On the mirror there, I can see the tool is connected to that bolt right there, right here. That's the tool. So when I move it like this, you see the bolt spinning. See, it's spinning, so it's coming out now. This is the tricky part. Underneath is a bit better because here you're working blind. This is why I need a mirror. Right, I've removed it. This is the one. Okay, so as you can see, it's not Torx, it's an Allen key. All right, so there are 2 more like this underneath. So I'm going to lift the car and remove the driver's side wheel just to give myself room. I don't have to, but I need room to going in and going out. So I'm just going to remove this wheel. Okay. Then also, the reason I'm taking it out is so that I put it at the bottom there to hold the car. Every time I go underneath the car, I want the wheel under there, just in case something goes wrong. Then the car can fall on the wheel, not on me. Okay, let me just take this out. Right, that is that there. The jack is still holding the car plus that. So if this fails, that will hold. If that fails, this will hold. Okay, now I'm going underneath to get to the 2 bolts for the starter. All right. Now, if you're wondering where do I get the starter from, this is my starter from this other car. Let me show you. this car. I just removed it from this car. Right, we're underneath. There is the starter. Let me just put my hand right there. There's the starter there. I hope this thing has focused. So we have a bolt at the top there and another one just here. Just there. That's the bolt. Okay. Now, because we removed the starter, you have to remove the cables. There are two cables there. There's the 13 mil here, and then there's an 8 mil little one here. Both of them have to come out. All right. So once again, I cannot film and do this at the same time. So I'm going to have to do this. Now, my advice is remove the one at the top first completely. Okay? Because you have less space at the top than at the bottom. If you remove the one at the bottom completely, as you remove the one at the top, this one here, the starter will be leaning on it and it's a pain. Very slow movement to take it out. So take it out while this one is holding the starter. Then from there, you just you pull it out and you remove the one at the bottom. So when you put it back again, you start with the one at the bottom. You don't tighten it, you just put it to hold the starter in place, and then you put the one at the top. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that. There's less space here, especially when you're working at home. If you're in the garage, you are standing up and have enough space. I'm underneath this car and I'm squashed. As you can see, there's no room here. Okay. All right, folks. As you can see here, it's a very tight squeeze for the starter to come out. So what I am going to do is I'm going to remove the exhaust bracket. It has some bolts, well, some nuts right here. If you look over here, I don't know if this thing will show. There's some nuts here so that this can move and the starter will come out. I did that on the other car. So there's some nuts here, one on the other side here. Okay, then this will move either this side or the other side. Okay, the starter, as you can see there, it has already come out, but there's not enough space to just remove it because everything here is totally squashed in. I tried at the top, no space. I tried everywhere, no space. So I'm just going to remove the exhaust. Well, not the exhaust, but this bracket here. Okay, just remove, lift it up and move either to this side or to that side. Right, as you can see, I moved it a little bit to that side and now the starter came out. It's right there. So I'm going to put the other one immediately because the guy with limited resources, me, as you can see over there, the starter is back on, and I don't know if this thing can pick it up from there. Let's see. Yeah, right there. It's back in. Right there, and I put 2 cables that I removed, and also this bracket here for the exhaust. I've put back the nuts. So down here is tight, everything. So I'm going to the top, put everything back again together. Right now we are back at the top. I've already put the bolt there, I've tightened it. Now I remove this just to get the space here, so I have to put it back. This cable goes in there, and there's this one here that goes here. That's number 13. Just tighten it. There's no space underneath there, my goodness. I hope the starter goes at least 50,000 miles if everything goes well with this car. I don't want to do this again anytime soon. Right, is tight. So next thing is this tray needs to go in, and this cable here needs to be clipped in on there. Right, this cable here clips. It has a clip in there that goes in there. Like I said, guys, I need a tripod and a proper camera, not a phone, because I cannot do things with one hand. Right, that is there. Then you start putting the, okay, they are here. This one goes here, looks like so. And these, and then the secret one, there's a secret one there. If you're not careful, you will miss it. It's like hide and seek kind of thing. And then there's this one here, goes here. All right. I think at this point you have an idea of what's going on here. So if you're doing this kind of job and you're struggling, just leave a message, and then I will see what I can do to help you. And if you're local, I can always pop in at yours to help you out. Let me just finish putting all these bolts. There we go, we've put everything connected, so we're going to start it and see if it will start. Okay, this is the moment of truth. And I also need to top up the water there, it's very low. Right, this is the moment of truth. The key is in, so everything seems to be fine so far. Started. I haven't changed oil yet. I'll do it on Sunday because I don't have the filter here. I'm gonna switch it off, see if it will start again. There, starts, so that's good. It was a starter. Sorted. All right, so I'm gonna leave it here, so see you on the next one. Bye bye. Okay. Another one, mate. Another one.
Pull it out.
Next one. Come on. Good man. Oh, you've done a fantastic job.